Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Welcome back to Riyad-us-Saliheen, the Gardens of the Righteous. We are studying this book by Imam An-Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala, a collection of virtues of deeds. We are still talking about al-ikhlas, which is the purity of intention. We already mentioned the definition of niyyah, which is intention. We already mentioned the definition of al-ikhlas, the purity of intention for Allah. We also mentioned the difference between worships and non-worships, ibadat and adat. We also mentioned that ibadat, which are worships, require purity of intention for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And according to the vast majority of the scholars, non-worships are not rewardful until a person has that ihdarun niyyah, or the person has that intention for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise, their benefit, he receives the benefit in this dunya. However, there is a minority scholarly opinion that says that a Muslim would be rewarded for all of the permissible acts that he does, and his Islam, or his umbrella intention of choosing Islam over other religions, is going to benefit him. He is going to be rewarded for those non-worships because of his Islam, even though the reward might not be complete or full reward that he may otherwise get if he had the intention for Allah. So what is that? What is this in a nutshell? That because you're a Muslim, all of the permissible acts that you embark upon, you will be rewarded for them. And this shows us the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali mentions in his book Jami'ul Ulumi wal Hikam a quotation by one of the zuhad and ulama of the Salaf, Abu Sulaiman ad-Darani, who said, من عمل عمل خير من غير نية كفاه نية اختياره للإسلام على غيره من الأديان فظاهر هذا أنه يثاب عليه من غير نية بالكلية لأنه بدخوله في الإسلام مختار لأعمال الخير في الجملة فيثاب على كل عمل يعمله منها بتلك النية. In a nutshell, he's saying that whoever does an action, a non-worship, without a niyyah, without declaring a niyyah, or without consciously knowing of his niyyah, then he gets a reward of it anyway because of his umbrella niyyah of Islam, of choosing Islam and not other deen. So he's saying basically that there is definitely some influence of his Islam towards this good action that he's doing. Of course, as we mentioned before, that if he wants full reward, complete reward, then that would require a niyyah for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, clear-cut niyyah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But according to this opinion, he will have some reward insha'Allah ta'ala. And that is backed by many ahadith. Hadith number 1, the Prophet said, tabassumuka fi wajhi akhika sadaqah. Smiling at the face of your brother is sadaqah. Right? The Prophet didn't mention anything about niyyah, having a niyyah for Allah Azza wa Jal before you smile. No, smiling at the face of your brother, this sadaqah, Allah loves it, Rasulullah loves it. Allah will reward you bi'idhnillah Azza wa Jal. Also the hadith where Prophet said to his sahaba, وَفِي بُضْعِ أَحَدِكُمْ صَدَقَةً, being intimate with your spouse is sadaqah. So they say, O Messenger of Allah, one of us goes to fulfill his shahwa, he gets ajr. The Prophet said, if he went to do it the haram way, will he get sin? They said yes. The Prophet said likewise, if he goes the halal way, then he will get ajr. So he chose marriage over zina because of his Islam, even though consciously he doesn't have that niyyah. Every time he goes to his wife, I'm going to do this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, a man passed before the Prophet ﷺ and he was sweating because of hard work. And the companions, they said, لَوْ كَانَ هَذَا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, had he worked like this hard for the sake of Allah. And the Prophet ﷺ told them, إِنْ كَانَ يَقُومُ عَلَى أَبَوَيْنِ كَبِيرَيْنِ أَوْ عِيَالٍ لِيَكْفِيَهُمُ الْحَاجَّةِ فَإِنَّهُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. If he has parents or children or family to take care of, then that is automatically fi sabilillah. That is automatically for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, because Allah loves what he's doing and he's a Muslim, right? And because of Islam is driving him to work hard to take care of his family. Also, Aisha radiallahu anha, our mother, a poor woman came to her with 2 daughters, and Aisha radiallahu anha gave them 3 dates. The mother gave 1 date to one daughter, another to another daughter, and she kept one for herself. And as she's talking to our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, the 2 daughters finished their dates and they were asking the mother for more. So what did the mother do? She divided her 3rd date in 2 pieces and gave it to them. Our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, she said, when Rasulullah came, I told him about what this mother did. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Inna Allah qad awjaba laha bihal jannah. Allah Azza wa Jal made paradise obligatory upon her, meaning Allah Azza wa Jal decreed paradise for this woman. Prophet didn't mention anything about niyyah. Did she have niyyah to do it for Allah Azza wa Jal? No, Allah loves this motherly action, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our good deeds, our worships, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also grant us this generous reward. Allahumma ameen. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.